what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is, I know what it is. We both know I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, y'all, so we have some fish to fry here, okay? We have some fish to fry. So we are talking about Young and Reckless and the panel that they had yesterday. The panel was very interesting. We definitely got into some hot topics over there on the panel. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was Nene versus Chasity. Two girls at Chasity right here. So apparently, allegedly, because I wasn't here and I haven't seen the proof yet, they were on the Stunner Girl show. Didn't watch it. Y'all let me know if y'all ever watched the Stunner Girl show. How many episodes did y'all see? Anyways, they were on the Stunner Girl show. As y'all know, episode 1 of Young and Reckless, Chasity let us know that she has a fade to be called. And she ended up pulling a knife out on the girls who fade that she needs to catch. So, from the way Chasity explained the story, she had got jumped by 10 people. She was running, in the beginning, she was running fades back to back to back. Then she had ended up getting jumped. Now, mind you, the girl Nene said renege because that's not what happened. Don't lie like that. Why are you lying to these people like that? Okay, boom. So this is the real tea, real story, whatever. K-Rican, who is on Baddies currently, which I thought that was a key. K-Rican and Chasity had got defined 2 days back to back. The first day they got defined twice. The second day they got defined 3 times. Chasity let it be known, and she kept saying, like, you know, she's not fighting no more. She's not fighting. She's not a fighter at that. So her body was just sore. Like, she didn't need that no more. Production was telling her, well, if you don't fight, you're going home today. She was like, oh, I'll fight again tomorrow. They said ain't no tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't promised for you to be in this house, to be in this establishment. You fight today or you shut the fuck up. You get yourself out of here, bitch. Because we can always have another you. Come up in this. You hear me? You hear me? So, she said, okay, you know, gotta be smart. Bills gotta pay. Calculator. I already said I'm getting the Sheen card. I gotta get my hair done. Pixie. Extra money in my pocket. I already took it off for this. Let me go down there and catch this fade. Now, this is the fade I'm guessing where she, quote unquote, got jumped. From what Nene is saying, a jump was not had. You might have think you got hit by 10 bitches, but it was only one. So her and K-Rican fight again. They get they fade off, whatever. Chastity's still out of breath. Tired. Calculating all the money that she needs in her head for her carts and everything else. So, the girl Nene then comes back 30 minutes later. And she's like, nigga, I need that. And they fight. Once they fight, Chasity goes into fights or flights. And her mind went to fight. Get these all away from you. And then that's when she pulls out the slammer. And she get to, you know, moving it around or whatever. She ended up saying that Stunner Girl had to take it out of her hands. Absolutely. So once Nene got there to the house, to the Young and Reckless house, she fought Chasity on sight. They fought twice. And at one point in time, Chasity put a ring on or had a ring on. And it sliced and diced Nene. Before I move on, I'm going to make this real quick commentary. I personally don't appreciate Chasity lying like that. I really don't. But she's here. She's there. I really don't care about this right now. I'm not really invested till I see it. You know? Like, I need to see it. Then I can say yay, nay, like her, don't like her, whatever. If the girl Nay felt like she had to stand on business, she had to stand on it. It is what it is. I really don't mind. I really don't care. Like I said, until I see the fight fully, then I'm going to, give more opinion. Now we're moving on to Zaniah and Kayla. So their beef started because of Zaniah. It's always Zaniah. So first things first, Zaniah commented on stuff that had nothing to do with her. You know, comment on Kayla's business. Kayla didn't like that. That was strike one. Strike two, she socked Money Lock out of the blue. I don't necessarily remember her socking Money Lock on, South Central Baddies. I don't remember that, but she probably did. She spoke on Lori's kid and just always being in the comments on the blogs about Kayla. So Kayla was like, you know, it's not giving friend. It's giving more so like, you need that. Do you need that? Smoke me, smoke me, smoke me. So that's why they have beef. That's the things that Kayla, you know, pinpointed out on why her and Zaniah fell out in the first place. Now, I will say this. Everybody kind of was giving Zaniah her props for sticking in there with Kayla. And one thing everybody agreed on was the fact that Zaniah has more reach than Kayla. Kayla's arms is a little more shorter than Zaniah, so Zaniah is able to make contact a little more than Kayla. But the thing that Kayla has over Zaniah is her power. So when she does make contact, you're gonna feel it twice. You're gonna feel the first, you know, hit plus all that arm. That arm is coming right after. So she is always going to give more damage. Now, Kayla ends up giving Zaniah her props, letting it be known, like, yeah, Zaniah can fight, but Zaniah ain't whooping her. She was like, she never fell down. Her tooth never fell out. It never gave any of that. Zaniah, you know, was sticking in there, but Zaniah can't whoop her. And what she mean by whoop her, like I told y'all, is like getting her to the ground, you know, just dogging her. She was like, she ain't never going to dog her. They did bring up the whole tooth situation, which is something I'm kind of tired of talking about. But the tooth is still in the socket, babe. Zaniah ain't knocked no tooth out. She do not hit that hard. It's over with. Let's stop. I will agree that Zaniah do be putting herself in these situations. Zaniah talks too much. She do. And the thing about it is, once you call her out, call her fade out, she do pick and choose who she wants to catch a fade with. In my opinion, Kayla, in a way, had to force her to fight her right then and there. Because Zaniah was not going to move. And I don't care what nobody say. Zaniah didn't give that she really needed it. It was more just like, I'm going to say what I got to say, but I'm not going to rock it off. And it gave anxiety was getting to her. And Kayla was ready to go, get out the way, handle that. Zaniah had to more so get ready, in my opinion. But again, like I said, always put herself in situations that have nothing to do with her all the time. And it just never works out in her favor. And I do agree with her having reach. She has reach, but she really don't do no damage. She really don't. The fact that they jumped Tennessee them on Mean Girls and, you know, they got to fighting and stuff. Zaniah, when she fight people, she don't leave no marks. She don't leave no damage. She don't collect teeth. She's not a bone carrier. You know, she catches her fade and that'll be that. But it ain't, she's not a collector or a problem solver fighter, you know. A problem gets solved with Chasity. You know, she tells them to leave her alone. She fight, they don't bother her no more. Ivory, big legs, people like that. Not Zaniah. So as y'all know, Nuggs has a storyline brewing about the whole room situation. Y'all know in the first and second episode, she's been big on, what's her name, Minnie. Stop starting problems, stop starting issues, because I don't want anybody to come to the room and get on that or feel like they finna touch somebody's stuff. Because they touch my stuff, it's over with. You know, she's been preaching that the whole first and second episode, but mostly the second episode. So when Jules comes, Jules is standing on business for Amber because Amber don't want to fight no more. The homegirls is really homegirl in here, okay? But anyways, Jules, K-Baby, and Blue are the ones who come in the room. Apparently, when they come in the room, Nuggs and maybe even Yasmin's stuff was on the dresser, and they end up moving the stuff off the dresser or moved it to the side or something to get on the dresser to confront Minnie. That is what made Nuggs take off and need to get that, and I guess Yasmin as well, because it's like, y'all coming in our room, moving our stuff. Who told you to sit there? Who told you to make yourself that comfortable? Bitch, do you need that? And apparently they needed that bad. Forefront, get them, action. in the field. Here we go. So that's what hit it off. It's not really over many. It's more so about, this is my room. Don't touch my stuff. Don't come in my room getting comfortable. Bitch, do you need that? Now, personally for me, I definitely don't believe that Jules should just come straight in the house and then be trying to be on that for Amber. Not in my opinion, because then it's going to give Shadow, it's going to give security guard. And I really don't want her to be a security guard. But I feel as though, depending on how she come in, if she right up on that, like, immediately for Amber, like, yes, quote unquote, a great friend, but then too, you're not here to be running Amber's phase. You're here to run your own phase and do stuff that you need to do, more so than just catching phase for your homegirls. And my thing is this too. Amber, like, is so big on this black eye, my black eye, my black eye. Get out there and give her one. Like, come on, put a knot on her head or something. Like, in the beginning, the first phase, you was really in there with her. But the second one, I don't know if you got scared or what, but I need you to come on, put your big girl's panties on, know what you signed up for, and let's get that. Now, we're moving on. Kennedi, I'm so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. So, apparently, Kennedi wants to fight Legacy because she is Mel's best friend. And she's seen Legacy before she seen Mel. So, therefore, she wants to fight Legacy because she hasn't seen Mel yet. Yeah, it's a no for me. It's very much so a no. So, apparently, while they were in Cancun, Mel ended up throwing some flowers, like, at or like hitting Kennedi and Lauren with some flowers. Lauren and Mel already have beef allegedly before the flower incident happened. She ended up getting drunk, and Mel ended up getting drunk and turning up on them, giving us the Mel from season 1 allegedly. And like I said, she had flowers in her hands. They was closest to her, and the demons told her to hit that bitch, and she ends up hitting Kennedi. So security supposedly stopped Kennedi from reacting and was just like, hey, we in the club with Mexico, like, Jeff, I just chill. You know, you'll get that when you get that or whatever. But Kennedi never got her lick back, but now all of a sudden wants to fight Legacy, like, passionate behind fighting Legacy. And it's giving picking and choosing. It's giving very much picking and choosing. So, like I told y'all, Kennedi is around here ducking phase. So, she said that she tried to go to Mel and talk to Mel woman to woman, but Mel said, bump all that woman to woman. I hit you with the flowers, what you gonna do about it? And pay her dust. Legacy ends up saying, like, you calling me out, you want to talk about me, you want to catch fade with me. You turned down 2 phase, Zaniah and Lauren. You turned both of their phase down, so why you keep picking on me? And one of the people that's in the panel is here, which was Lauren. Commentary time. I feel as though Kennedi is weak because you only want to fight Legacy because she's associated with Mel. Regardless of the fact she had nothing to do with the situation, you would rather fight the weak link than the one who threw the flowers at you or knocked your ass out with the flowers. You want to sit up here and fight Legacy, who had nothing to do with it, but go woman to woman to somebody who knocked you and said, I knocked you, what you gonna do about it? No, it gives no cool points to me. It gives disrespect. And the fact that she turned down or duckin Zaniah fade and Lauren's fade, I do think it's crazy. Moving on to Legacy and Nugg. So apparently they had to get that because Legacy called Nugg out twice. One in the group chat, and then when she got there, she said that she needed that from Nugg. And Nugg said, you know, she stopped ignoring Legacy because Legacy do have a smart mouth. And she felt like, you know, she needed to just give her what she was looking for. Shit, what the bitch? Or whatever the case is. Now, mind you, somebody did ask Nugg in the house that, you know, could you see you and Legacy being cool? Or they end up asking Legacy, you know, do you think that you could be cool with Nugg? And Legacy said, she's a little too aggressive for me. Nah, I don't really care for shorty like that. We could be cool, but she's a little too aggressive. As y'all know, Nugg has this stern personality, you know, from the beginning. She's very, I said what I said, we're going to get there, we're going to run there. But it do seem like, you know, she is funny and everything else like that. But she is very loud, opinionated, and bold. And nothing is wrong with that. You know, she's a cup of tea for certain people. Now, mind you, Nugg then says that she feels as though Mel and Legacy really don't like her over Ivory. And I put that in my notes because I'm like, no, it's Sherlock. Why would they like you after you kind of played along with the whole piss situation? I'm not saying that you was telling her, go throw the piss, go throw the piss. But what I'm saying is you ain't tell her like, nah, dog, that's wrong. Like, just chill, just vibe. You said that after the fact when people was calling you out on it on Instagram and at the reunion. But, you know, in the room, you, Heifer, Ivory, all y'all was in the room and you didn't say anything in the room. You knew that was a little too far. Not even a little, too far. Simple, period. And you didn't speak up, you didn't say nothing. So why would they ever really want to be cool with you? Why would they ever really want to go know your personality when you kind of just let that happen to them? You in the room, not saying that you did it, but it wasn't like you helped the situation either, nor were you being like, nah, bro, just chill, just vibe. Like, you was scared of Ivory too. In a way, like you were scared of her, and it seemed as though you would have preferred being cool with her than being on her bad side. I mean, if I'm just being honest, if somebody threw piss on me, whoever was in the room with her, Kiki and Kakan, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Nuggs was the one who gave her the idea to go throw piss on her. Maybe she didn't, add to it, but if I'm not mistaken, she was the one who gave Ivory the idea to go throw the pee. But regardless, you was an accomplice, and I don't fool with accomplices either. Like, why would she, be cool with you? And if anything, she probably really needed that because that broad threw piss on her, and you was right there being an accomplice, so she want to fight the accomplice too. And if that's the case, I really don't blame her for saying, my bitch is shaking ass with my hands out, come here, let me whoop you real quick, or let me get whooped by you, because we know Legacy lost. Now, we are getting to know a lot more about the girls. And again, picking and choosing. I feel as though that should be the title of every show, is picking and choosing. Because one thing about these girls, they're going to pick and choose. So some fades that we should be excited to see that might come next episode is Key Baby versus Nuggs, Snow versus Nuggs, Lexi versus Nuggs, Yasmin versus Jules. Those are some of the fades that will be called. Minnie does not catch any fades on the next episode. And I know I kind of ran through the stuff real quick, but I did want to give y'all backstories because they definitely, gave a lot of information. And sometimes, as y'all know, a lot of the information is not included on the show. So that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, babes. Bye.